Straight into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here today.
Hi, welcome to Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get started. On the show today, the relationship between fans and the players is a special one. There are many sports stars who revel and excel with the crowd right behind them. And then, of course, there are some where the relationship is tenuous and strained at best, like that of the England football team and the English fans. The most rowdy bunch is pretty much the most intimidating ones too when it comes to their own team. Is there a toxic relationship between the England football team and its fans? They attacked manager Gareth Southgate with paper cups at the end of the game last night, despite England qualifying for the next round. And speaking of toxicity, can we really keep Pakistan cricket far away from that word? Captain Babar Azam is fighting a battle with a journalist who's accused him of match fixing at the World Cup. Pakistan cricket continuing to step into one murky, messy muddle after another. And to end on a lighter note, Lionel Messi says he doesn't like losing at football, even when it's to his own kids. But first, the headlines on Sports 360. Starting with football and Copa America, Argentina have entered the quarterfinals. The defending champions beat Chile 1-0. Lautaro Martinez scored the only goal of the match in the 88th minute. In the Euros, Austria shocked Netherlands with a 3-2 victory in a Group D match after Donald Mullen's own goal, Romano Schmid and Marcel Sabitzer's goals helped Austria beat the Dutch team. With 6 points, Austria finished top of the group. The second team to qualify from the same group was France. Their match against Poland ended in a 1-1 draw. After Kylian Mbappe scored, Poland's Robert Lewandowski equalized. American swimmers Michael Phelps and Alison Schmidt have slammed Olympics anti-doping programs. Their criticism comes after Chinese swimmers involved in a doping scandal were allowed to participate at the Paris Olympics. Phelps said anti-doping measures taken by WADA have fallen short. Over in NBA, Los Angeles Lakers are planning to offer LeBron James a 3-year contract as he's 39 years old. The maximum money that can be offered in this case is $162 million. And the co-creator of the Duckworth-Lewis method, Frank Duckworth, has died at the age of 84. The DLS is used for calculating targets in cricket matches that's affected or stopped by rain or other factors. It was officially adopted by the International Cricket Council in 1999. The one person no one would want to be right now is Pakistan captain Babar Azam. It isn't easy being captain of any side. Sure, the laurels come to you first, but so do the brickbats. And Pakistan over the last many months have only been at the receiving end of one kind of treatment. It's been a torrid year and we're halfway through it now. I'm pretty certain Babar Azam has forgotten what it felt like to win consistently and be at the top. This from the captain who took his own side to #1 ODI rankings just last year. Rohit Sharma, India skipper, with that win over Australia at the World Cup, went level for most wins as captain in T20 internationals alongside Babar Azam. But there's another reason, and not a particularly good one, that Babar Azam is in the news again. It's in connection to a defamation notice. Babar Azam is planning to sue a Pakistan journalist. Now you'll say you've seen everything there is to be seen. Just last week, another Pakistan cricketer, Haris Rauf, got into a heated exchange with a cricket fan in Florida and came to near blows just after he assumed that he was Indian. And here we have the captain of the team charging a journalist for defaming him. So why has it come to this? A Pakistan journalist, Mubashir Luqman, has accused Babar Azam of accepting bribes in the form of expensive gifts for underperforming at the T20 World Cup. Now, let's be clear. This is a very, very severe allegation. No one should even dare to accuse any sports person, let alone a cricketer and a captain of a side, of indulging in such practices. But this is what Luqman is saying.
Just a few days ago, Babar Azam received Audi e-tron. Babar mentioned that his brother gifted him the car. But I found out his brother does absolutely nothing. When I inquired about the car, A source told me, if you lose matches against America, Afghanistan, the Netherlands, or Ireland, won't you get cars, houses in DHA, plots in Australia, and apartments in Dubai?
The journalist says he knows that Babar Azam did not receive that car from his brother. He's sure about what he's alleging and he isn't wavering. Babar Azam is furious. He and his lawyers have reportedly filed a defamation notice. A media house that has a copy of the notice filed by the captain says that Luqman, the journalist, has been asked to apologize within the next 14 days, failing which he will have to face charges. The defamation suit is of 1 billion PKR or 36 million US dollars. This is what the notice says. The Pakistan skipper Babar Azam is livid. His lawyer is belligerent. Their stance is clear. You cannot malign a player, especially of the stature of Babar Azam. Yes, Pakistan performed horrendously at the T20 World Cup. They crashed out in the group stages itself, losing to India and USA. But no one can get away accusing him of accepting bribes to underperform. In fact, it was not just Babar Azam. Azhar Mahmood, former Pakistan cricketer and the assistant coach of the side, took to X, formerly Twitter, to defend himself.
This culture of falsely accusing and misleading people to believe a false narrative is now getting ridiculous and dangerous. Speaking without evidence and misconstruing facts is a criminal offense, and those engaging in such behavior will be dealt with through legal action.
But here's my point in all of this. Match-fixing allegations are no ordinary matter. It's a crime. And Pakistan has a history of a tarnished past in this regard, of spot-fixing, tainting Pakistan cricket. So if Luqman has proof, he'll have to back up his wild accusations and fast. But I have a couple of points around this issue. One, the system of constantly pointing fingers and treating the team as the other is a culture that Pakistan is continually propagating. A circle of hatred where it's always us, which is the Pakistan fan, against them, the Pakistan cricket team. And it is that culture and conditioning that is giving birth to such wild episodes emerging from that country. A World Cup exit doesn't just end there. The post-mortem and the heavy artillery has persisted well after the tournament ended for Pakistan. That's the sad relationship that Pakistan cricket shares with its fans currently. Number two, can Babar not ignore this noise instead of making it a dramatic episode of show and tell? Any allegation to be real, to have real repercussions, needs proof. That is but obvious. But Babar Azam, the captain of the cricket team, doesn't need to get into this because it almost feels like he's stooping down to the level of wild statements, because that is what it is at this point. To just show his innocence, and what it feels like to me is bravado for just no reason. It isn't required at this point. There is enough noise that is always around professional sports persons as it is. You have to ask anyone in the public eye and they'll tell you. It's time Pakistan cricketers learned to shut out the noise. The more you pay attention to it, the more you will be dragged into a mess. And if I'm not mistaken, there are cricket matches to be won, and there's a massive redressal of a team, of a dressing room that hasn't happened yet. So as captain of a side, Babar Azam needs to start doing that. The future of Pakistan cricket is in his hands. In the hands of the management too, who need to come together, and it's time Babar Azam took a pause to try and reset that instead of filing defamation suits. It's Coming Home has somehow gone from being a chant to a taunt, because now whenever we hear that anthem, doesn't it make us question, is it really coming home? England entered the Euros as one of the favourites to lift the title, and with their group matches done and dusted, we're back to square one. Last night, 5th ranked England were up against 57th ranked Slovenia. Not just English fans, everyone expected England would pocket this one. But just like the rest of their games, England failed to fire. A star-studded lineup with Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka failed to score even a single goal. Bellingham and Foden, two of the best players in La Liga and Premier League this season, failed against Slovenia. Now, we can sit here in our studios and state facts, but the English fans at the stadium had had enough. The stadium fused into one big voice. No, not to cheer England on, but to boo them. And they didn't stop there. Paper cups and any other waste were hurled at the manager, Gareth Southgate, who has been at the heart of all of this fire and criticism.
The most important thing here is that the supporters stay with the team. I understand the sort of narrative towards me, and you know that's better for the team than it being towards them. But it is creating an unusual environment to operate in. I've not seen any other team qualify and receive similar.
Southgate clearly trying to put up a brave front, saying animosity towards him any day better than that towards the team. But for how long? It's clear that Southgate is not the most liked person in England right now. His tactics are being questioned constantly, his style of play under the scanner. Everyone is after him. Even former England football captain Michael Owen questioned Gareth Southgate's approach in this tournament when he spoke to us a while earlier.
Struggling a little bit with the balance of our team. Gareth Southgate is adamant that we always need to play with two holding midfield players, two number sixes. That, for me, is where the problems start. I would love to just play with one, like most great teams do. Most teams play with one central midfield. I'm not surprised because he's always done this, Gareth Southgate.
Even after the 2022 World Cup quarter-final exit, Southgate faced a lot of flack. That was after they crashed out. This time, the outrage is despite qualifying for the next round. Fans are telling their team they are just not good enough.
I've watched all of our games so far. They're all the same. None of them are exciting. I don't know. I'll get more enjoyment watching other teams.
We are never going to win anything playing like that. We've got no chance whatsoever.
Back in January, Ivory Coast sacked the manager mid-tournament and went on to win AFCON. If they're serious about doing anything, they'll do the same. Come on, England!
So where's the problem? Why so much criticism? Are the fans being a little whiny? England supporters are really passionate about their side. They show up in massive numbers no matter where England is playing. Take a look. The kind of craze among English fans, they will turn up no matter where the team is playing, but all of that excitement, that vigor just turns into a nightmare like this. That's, of course, from all the various tournaments that England had to crash out of, and you could sense and see that pain, that exuberance, of course, turning into sadness, bitterness, onto anger. And when that happens, the anguish comes out. Then they start questioning, like how they are now. They want the manager sacked. They are criticizing the players, booing their own team in another country. The pressure on the football team in England is immense. And to think these are the same players who've been exceptional in their respective clubs. You won't see Bellingham feeling the heat at Real, Foden pressured at Manchester City, Saka underperforming at Arsenal, or even Harry Kane not scoring for Bayern. When they all slip into England colours, somehow there is a switch which makes me think English fans share quite a toxic relationship with the English football team. Their passion and love for the Three Lions could be the biggest roadblock to England's success?
Have a problem all the time with the pressure. We've got, we've got pundits, we've got the press, we've got the whole world that think we should win every tournament that we enter. It's not quite as easy as that. So the players have to manage all that as well as trying to put in a good performance on the pitch. So lots of hurdles for England to overcome, but we'll see how we get on.
Here's the thing about England fans. They want to win at any cost. And if that doesn't happen, they bring the guns out. But the end result, England haven't won anything major since their 1966 World Cup triumph. Almost 50 years, they haven't won the Euros. They came close in 2020, but that campaign was just as heart-wrenching. Every fan wants their own team to win, yes, but with England, it almost feels like players are constantly at gunpoint. Fans can cross over from love to hatred in no time. And could that be costing England glory at the highest level? What will football between a father and his kids in a backyard look like? Some easy passes, some shots at goal, letting the kids win, of course, and some fun and banter, isn't it? Not when you're Lionel Messi, football legend and someone who's literally won it all, be it League Cups, Champions League, World Cup or Ballon d'Or. Messi has nothing to prove, but maybe he does to his kids. Messi and his wife, Antonella Rocuzzo, have 3 children, sons, Matteo, Thiago and Ciro. Now, we're sure he would be an exceptional father, inspirational and someone who's always cheering them on. But when Messi plays football with his sons, he says there can be only one winner. He can't lose, not even to his kids. Lionel Messi and Argentina lifting the 2022 FIFA World Cup. There were emotional scenes in Qatar, and right after the team photos, Messi celebrated the most memorable win in his career with his family. Accompanying his wife Antonella were his 3 children, Thiago, Matteo and Ciro, all waiting to click pictures with the World Cup trophy. A reminder to the world, no matter the genius he's on the pitch, he has his family to go back to share some of the best moments with. And yes, he's a passionate father. He's embossed his kids' names on his shoes and fans all over loved it. But would you believe when I said that when it comes to football, nothing can come in between him and the sport? Nothing and no one can come in between him and winning. Families fight over who gets the bigger piece of cake, who'll get the chocolate first, but in Messi's household, it's Lionel Messi who gets his competitive streak on, especially when he plays with his kids. Yep, you heard it right. Despite achieving just about everything, Messi still can't bear to lose to his kids.
My competitiveness will never go away. It's a gift. That's just who I am. I was born this way, and it's very difficult for it to fade. I even find it hard to let my children win.
Can you imagine one of the greatest of the game going full throttle against his 3 kids and admitting that the competitiveness has become a part of his psyche now? Lionel Messi isn't just saying that on his social media. Whenever he's spotted playing football at home, he doesn't go easy. He taunts all opposition defenders the world over on the field, and he's just as feisty with his kids at home, be it dribbling past them or even forcing them to go down on the ground. And while some of the great defenders, Pepe and Ramos, were able to stand up and bounce back, Matteo, Ciro or even Thiago cannot. But that's what you get if Lionel Messi is your father. And maybe this is his way of toughening them up. But Messi makes up for all the rough play. No, not with ice cream or treats. That's a strict no-no in an athlete's home. But getting them to be a part of history in the making, like the Golden Boot in 2019. I'm not all too sure if Matteo knows the importance of it just yet. Maybe it's just a shoe for him and he was wondering where the other one was. The Ballon d'Or, when Messi won it for the 8th time. Even when Matteo couldn't lift the 15 kg Ballon d'Or trophy, he was still super thrilled to share the podium and the moment with his father. And maybe this is all practice for the future when he can imagine winning it himself. And it's not just the kids who get the rough treatment when it comes to football. Messi's beloved dog, Hulk, isn't spared either. The massive French Mastiff, too, cannot snatch the football out from Messi's grasp. Clearly, there is only one winner when it comes to football in the Messi-Rocuzzo household. Like in the football world, the Argentine believes it has to be him. Time for last serve, a championship victory and a nail-biting finish. Nothing is more fitting and special than this for a sports fan. Florida Panthers fans celebrated their team's long-awaited Stanley Cup win. The city of Florida erupted in joy as they beat Canada's Edmonton Oilers. Take a look. That wraps it up here on First Sports. I'll see you again tomorrow with lots more from the sporting world. Till then, take care.